Hello artists! For this week's art activity, we're going to be making a spring chick inspired by the first day of spring this past weekend and the upcoming Easter holiday. I'll show you how we can draw the egg and the chick inside using some simple lines and shapes that we already know. For this lesson, you'll need a piece of paper. A simple white paper of any size will do. For drawing, you need a pencil, an eraser in case you make a mistake, and if you'd like to outline your picture before you color, a black marker or crayon is fine. If you'd like to draw with a black marker or crayon, that's okay. Just remember to draw slowly because you can't erase a marker and crayon like you would a pencil. And as for coloring, you can use any art supplies you like. Markers and crayons will work just fine. So let's grab all our stuff and get ready to make a spring chick. Before we begin, let's take our paper and turn it vertical, the tall way, straight up and down. We're going to start by making the egg that our chick is hatching from. And since it's hatching from the inside, we're going to split our egg into two pieces as if it was cracked open. So I'm going to start the first piece towards the middle of my paper, a little bit more towards the top than exactly in the center because I want to make sure I have enough space. And we're going to start by making a curved line, an arch as if I was making a rainbow. Now since the egg is going to be cracked open, instead of making a straight line across, I'm going to connect it with a zigzag so that it looks like the crack in the eggshell. And remember, a zigzag is my mountaintop line that's pointy and goes up and down. I'm going to leave lots of space in the middle for where my chick is going to be, and I'm going to make that curved shape for the bottom of my eggshell one more time. This is just going to be in the opposite direction. So this curve I'm going to make come down like a smile. And once again, to show the crack in the egg, I'm going to use my zigzag up and down to connect both sides. In the center is where we'll put our spring chick hatching from the egg. So right underneath my top eggshell, I'm going to pick a spot in the middle and I'm going to make a line that curves all the way around to the other side as if I was making a circle. I just don't see the top of my circle because the egg is covering it. For the bottom of the chick's body, I'm going to go right underneath the head and curve down to the bottom egg. Once and twice. Now I'm going to make some wings inside the center of the chick's body. So right here on the side, I'm going to make my bumpy line, my wavy line. 1, 2, 3. 2 wings for a chick, so I'll go right over to the other side and do that one more time. 1, 2, 3. Inside the top of the head, we're going to give 2 eyes to our chick, so 2 nice sized circles. And I can take my marker or my pencil and color them in. I like to color them all in except for one little white spot in the eye. You could do that too if you like, or you could color the whole thing in black. I think I'm also going to use my marker or pencil to add a few eyelashes to my chick too. Right on the side of the eyes with straight lines. In the middle goes the beak. Now remember, a chick is a bird, so they have a beak instead of the nose like we do. So we're going to make our beak with a triangle shape, 3 sides. 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to use my pencil to make the 2 little dots for where the bird or the chick would breathe. And I'm going to add some little feathers to the side of my chick's face. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right on the side. Now you could leave your egg white if you wanted. You could leave it empty and make it one color. But because it's Easter pretty soon, a lot of eggs that we see around this time of year are decorated with different designs and patterns. A pattern is a design that repeats. So if I were to use something like a circle and repeat it again and again, that creates a pattern. So if you want, you can design your eggs, both parts, the top and the bottom, your eggshells, with different types of patterns. So for example, I might make one that's a straight line and a dotted line and a straight line. And maybe down below, I make one that's a wavy line and I make circles, repeat it again and again, and another wavy line. So if you want to decorate your egg, go right ahead, and you can do that with your pencil first and then color it in later, or you could go right to your colors and use them to make some patterns. Remember, patterns are designs that repeat to decorate the eggshells, top and bottom. Now before we color, we can add some extra spring details to our picture. So if it's outside, our chick hatching from its egg, we could put some grass along the bottom. And I'm going to draw my grass by making my zigzag line again, just a little bigger. Stop when I hit my egg and pick up on the other side. Also in spring, the flowers start to bloom. And right around Easter, the flowers that grow are called tulips. So we can make some tulips growing in the grass right next to our chick. So our chick is going to be small compared to the flowers, so we're going to make our flowers a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go to my empty space right up top, and I'm going to start with my curved lines like a smile or the letter U. And I'm going to do that on both sides. One more time, I'm going to use that zigzag line so that I can make the top of my tulip. 1, 2, 3. It's almost like the letter W, the way it's pointed. 1, 2, 3 on the other side. And of course, I need to make the stems so that the flowers can grow down to the ground. So let's go all the way down to the grass with our straight line, and it's okay if it bends a little bit. One more time to make it thicker. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Down to the grass. And if you want, you could also put those green leaves that grow on the stems. So right on the stems, I can make my curves so that they look like leaves that I can color in with my green crayons or markers or colored pencils when I'm all done. There you go. And if you wanted, you could even put some different flowers maybe that are growing in the grass. We can try the ones that are the circles all the way around. And then we use our curves like a rainbow to make the petals. Flowers grow all over in spring. Some of them are smaller in the grass. Some of them are in our gardens. We have lots of possibilities. If you wanted to put a sun in the sky, you could put sun. You could put clouds. It's up to you. Think of everything you would see if our spring chick was outside on a bright sunny day. And there you go. And once you have everything drawn, you can take your markers and your crayons and you can color them in. Now before you color, you should think about what colors you need. A chick, for the most part, is yellow. And as for your egg, it could be white if you left it empty, or if you decorated it like an Easter egg, it could be whatever colors you want it to be, because Easter eggs get dyed so many different colors. So you can pick maybe purples or blues or greens or pinks, and that would be perfect. Tulips grow in lots of colors too. If you've ever seen them outside this time of year, you know that they can be red or orange or yellow or pink, and sometimes there's even purple tulips. It's up to you what colors you want to use. Take your time when you color. When you're done, it looks a little bit like my example. I used my yellow for my chick, my green for my grass and my stems. I decided to make my tulips red. I made my egg an Easter egg so it's nice and bright with purple and blue. And the flowers that were growing in the grass, I wanted them to be those white flowers that sometimes you see on the ground, but of course you could make them a different color. And I made mine a windy day because it tends to be windy sometimes in spring. So I just used my blue marker to make it look like wind. But if you made a sun, of course you could color that in yellow. It's up to you what other details you wanted to add to your picture. Take your time when you color neatly and completely, and good luck with your spring chicks.